Be still. All right.
Be like Eric.
See how good he is?
Stealing Focus!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stealing Focus Real Thoughts. I'm Emily Clark, and I'm here with...
I'm Eric.
I'm Janelle.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just saw the tour of...
The School of Rock, yeah!
We just saw the School of Rock at the Pantages. I would like to point out this is our fourth Real Thoughts vlog. I did not intend on 3 of our 4 episodes being all Andrew Lloyd Webber shows, but here we are. Here we are.
It's the way of the world.
So we just saw School of Rock. What did we think?
I'm going to shock you guys with something. You know how much fun we made of Love Never Dies? Mm-hmm. I think I liked it more than this.
Why?
I know, because I liked the songs, and there was spectacle, and it was stupid, but it was fun stupid.
You liked the songs in Love Never Dies?
I remember them at least. There was one called
too.
Love Never Dies.
I'm so familiar with the movie. I know the movie really well. I've seen it a million times. And because of that, I knew everything that was gonna happen before it happened. It's a problem for me with a lot of musicals that were adapted from recent films. And I don't know if there's like a fix for that. I think it's a personal taste thing. I didn't have this problem when I saw The Full Monty, for example.
With the Full Monty, they moved it to Buffalo. It was
They did
Terrence
the change
McNally.
Americanized
There was
it.
a lot that had
They
changed. Because I
changed
did
a
know
lot
that
of
movie
it.
too. But I love this movie as well, and I've seen it dozens of times. And I agree with you. It's I felt like the things that I was looking for is what they were going to expand upon with some of the characters. Like they did a little bit with Ned. They did the good guitar hero scene. But most of, and this is Julian Fellows, one of the great writers that we have now. And I feel like all of the only good lines in this show were verbatim from Mike White's screenplay.
Who asks Julian Fellows, the Downton Abbey,
Was it
Gosford Park
strange?
guy to adapt School of Rock?
It was
Very
really
strange.
weird because it was an adaptation, but it wasn't an adaptation. Like so many of
It was
the
a
scenes
transcription.
and lines
Yeah.
were verbatim from the movie.
Well,
We should
that's-
also
that's
admit
true. There
we
were a
didn't have
couple of
great
those.
sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
Pantages.
I don't know what's going on at the Pantages, but
if you want to talk about the best thing about the show, it's the kids, 100%.
oh, they're
Yes.
amazing.
But like a lot of their dialogue, I missed. A lot of the parent, like a lot of bustling people going by. I just a lot.
Well, there was also a lot of scenes where everybody was just peas and carrots, peas and carrots. Rah, 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 rah,
was
rah.
There
very
was a lot of peas and
theater,
carrots
very
going on.
theater.
What did you think?
I thought it was delightful.
It was a bad time. Like I had a nice time. I guess like I didn't feel like. And I guess Love Never Dies. I guess like I had more fun watching it just because I didn't
Right.
know what was gonna happen, and it was so. It's like watching
Yes.
The Room. You know, it's
I'm
like
not
so
saying it's better. I'm
Right.
saying that I was a little more, ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
they're doing this?
I will say that I liked it too. I had problems with a lot of things that I fell short a little bit. But at the beginning, I was really into it, like No Vacancy, jamming out, and then the kids at the end, like.
And see, for
oh,
me, I feel like
that
the show
song.
didn't become exciting or interesting for me until the kids showed
Exactly. And I have to say, I told you guys before, but this gives me such an appreciation for Jack Black because the character is kind of despicable. If you really look at it, he's like shiftless, he isn't paying rent, he's rude to his roommate, and he commits fraud. And
It's kind of
Jack
hard to be
Black,
charming at the same time as all these
how
things.
can
the
make
movie
that
made it
likable?
lovable and
It's
sweet.
because Jack Black is amazing. He's
He
a one of a
is.
kind. So,
And-
yeah, you mentioned that point too. He's a one of a kind performer, and that character was all performance. So how do you adapt that into numerous casts?
Do you think Jack Black is he a part? Does he get any money?
Well, he's been to the show a couple
movie
times.
Is
Yeah.
him. It can't possibly exist.
And he
without the
probably
character
improvised.
is him.
Well, I was thinking like, why didn't he write the music? Why didn't he?
That's
why
a
didn't
good question.
Why didn't Tenacious D
Tenacious
write?
D?
Because
Because
Lloyd Webber had the moolah,
stars.
obviously, and wanted to do this. Like that's the thing. Angela
You think
Webber
that's
was.
what it was? Is that what it was?
Well,
I
that's
just-
what
Well, it sounds like this is only a
Where's that
musical
thing you
because
were
of the
reading?
Weber family. Like
Yeah.
they saw the
Okay.
movie and said,
So we don't know who Madeline Lloyd Webber is. I'm assuming a daughter.
I'm assuming a sixth wife.
Madeline Lloyd Webber, executive producer, chased the stage rights of School of Rock from 2006 to 2012.
Well, that explains it.
So-
That makes sense.
She is a former equestrian sportswoman and the third and current wife of musical theater impresario
Yes.
Andrew Lloyd
What
Webber.
would you call him?
That's what I thought. He's definitely.
Okay, so it was his wife. wife. It was his wife who
Amazing.
was very smart and got these rights for
So
it.
that makes sense. So then now that kind of clears it up because I thought it was a very interesting choice to have him. I mean, I know he could do it.
But okay,
But-
so what I want to know is who wrote the School of Rock song, number one, because that was from the film. And also, does Jack Black get credit for
Yeah.
that whole effing montage about the not hardcore? That
But
song he wrote? Because
he's improvised. He must have improvised lots of those lines.
Because here's the
So
thing,
many.
in the movie he does this whole song where he's like, this is the song I wrote, and it's this great scene in the movie. I think it's like one static shot just zooming in on him, and he's just singing his song and using his jack.
I'm doing
Is that from the movie?
That whole thing is in the
Okay,
movie. He's
so that's
using
the
his
thing.
Jack Blackness,
Yeah.
and he's like doing that whole thing where he's telling the story of the song. But the thing is, he's so like tight and sharp, and it's so specific, doing those. And that guy, down to the little things, it was verbatim from the
And
movie.
yet,
Right.
not really charming or endearing the way Jack Black is.
Yeah.
It's a
Missing some of
hard,
that.
it's a
There
hard
were just
thing.
there's that really fine line, and there were moments where like when he would do like a head push or like
He was
like,
kind of abusive
It was it
to
felt
the
it didn't
kids.
feel right.
Yeah, and when he would yell at them, it was like
Yeah.
actual
Yeah.
yelling, and I was like,
And the yelling thing, I'm like, okay.
And I think this is a direction thing because this happened a lot in the show. It's that idea that like awkward is funny,
Yeah.
and let's drill that idea home. But there were so many scenes in this show where he would get caught or someone would call him on his lie, and instead of being a good liar, he would go, ah! Long awkward pause, and then go, no, yeah. And I'm not kidding, that happened at least 10 times in this show.
Way
oh,
too
and
many
how many
times.
times did they pull the fatty fall down joke?
A lot of fatty
A
people.
lot of times where he would just like suddenly for some reason jump on a desk and then whoops fall over.
Yeah.
In the movie, Mike White as Ned like worked so well, and Sarah Silverman like worked in that role.
Okay, yeah, and that's
both
another
of those
thing we can talk
characters in
about.
this, both of them in the stage show for me, I was like, I was missing something from them.
Well,
The way the characters were written, not necessarily the performances.
Yeah, Patty is a shrew. She's written to be a shrew. It's that
I thought the actresses were good.
they were
just
good. It wasn't the
literally
actress's
given-
fault. They
Yeah.
were and she's just a bitch. But the thing is, she's a bitch because
He's a terrible person.
everything she says is right.
Yeah.
But she's
She's
trying to
right.
look out for Ned because this is
Yeah.
Ned's
And then the thing
livelihood.
is, Ned's big triumph is him screaming at her.
To shut up.
Which is like, I'm sorry, your friend just stole your identity and just took advantage of you. And you're screaming at her to shut up, but in the end, he picked her up and was taking her
went
to
to
Red
Red
Lobster to go have
Ned
sex
did
with
have the
her.
line where he said, "I think you should move out," and like it wasn't.
Yeah, but
a
then
cheer
he's
moment.
like,
10
you know
seconds
what?
later.
Your dreams don't always come true, man. And then walked away, and it's like, okay, well, we're setting it up because of course his dreams are gonna come true. So what do we think of the music?
Well, I am on record
so to speak.
Do you like Angela Weber?
as wanting only rock from Andrew Lloyd Webber. So after a 30-year drought, for the most
You
part,
thought School
I'm
of Rock.
relieved to finally have some rock from Lord Lloyd Webber.
This is why Angela Weber is an evil genius, because he writes a melody that gets stuck in your head, and then he has them sing that same melody over and over and over again in the show. And I gotta say, this is probably the first Angela Weber score in a while that I kind of was digging.
Yeah.
I was enjoying
You
it.
guys,
Yeah.
what did you think the name of that song was by No Vacancy? I'm too
High
Hot for you.
I thought it was
It's
hot.
I thought it was
Hot.
I thought it was high too. It was hot.
It was hot.
Yeah.
Enunciate.
High is so much funnier, but it shows you how
Funny.
bad the sound was too.
The sound was really difficult, Pantages.
Hi, it's funnier, but this is basically a children's show.
It is, and that's why I.
Well,
shouldn't
at
be
least
so
when
hard
she
on
had
it,
her
I was
one
like-
moment to wail,
Okay,
at least the mic was
so
on. Oh no, it wasn't.
Tamika,
Sorry.
first,
Oh, it was the worst.
Tamika was really good. The little girl who played Tamika. She was fantastic, beautiful, amazing. The audience loved her, and she comes out for her big solo in School of Rock. She comes out, and her mic wasn't on.
And she does the whole. She's backing him up, and I'm like, oh, her mic's not on. Oh, this is
And
awkward.
then it came on just for
And
like, the
it
last
came on
one.
It
for
came
her
in at the
last
very
line.
end, and then her
Not her
dad's like,
fault.
"You were so great."
I thought
afterwards.
the dads were gonna stay in character and be like, I can't believe they messed up the,
They
the
should-
sound.
we gotta have an option.
But so they're like, honey, you were amazing.
So there's this song called "If Only You Would Listen" that the kids sing, and I swear to God, it sounds like at least 5 Angela Lloyd Webber songs mushed into one.
But I remember that one.
Because you've heard it before.
Yes.
If only you
haven't figured out why.
Also, it was 3 times in the show, so.
Yeah, that was catchy. And the stick it to the man. And they had that choreography every time so that you would remember
And
it.
teacher's
was
pet.
fun.
Choreography was
A lot of
great.
jumping children.
Everything with the kids was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it's funny. I saw Matilda on Broadway, and I was just like, wow, Tim Minchin and Andrew Lloyd Webber have really like, you know, cornered the market on like British school. Well, not British, but
Matilda
they're
was
British
so-
school children jumping up and down and trying to have little revolutions. You know, they got it
And yeah,
down.
but there was that song at the beginning setting up Horace Green that was very like it was just choral. You know, I
It
don't
was
know.
their alma mater. You know, it was like
Like
a
that was
little
cool.
school
Like you know,
song.
setting up the differences. You know, I thought that part was creative at least. You
I
know?
didn't like that the principal and him ended up together.
Oh, that was
only
weird.
because in the movie I really liked it that they didn't, because it just felt super.
Well-
and I liked that they were just, you know, it's
And how could she resist this slovenly, rude
Who did
guy
nothing-
who forced
yeah,
It
he's
was
like-
horrible the whole
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
He bought her a beer. That's about it.
He didn't even, like, he forced the beer on her.
It's true.
She was
She's
like,
like, "You
yeah.
sure there's no coffee?" Again, another like Joan Cusack in the movie. Like she's so good in that role.
Yeah, and she
that's
had-
charisma. I don't know.
What was her song? Where did the rock go?
Oh my god.
Oh.
And wait, she had a lyric in
Yeah.
that song that made me hang my head. What was it? It was I was like I clutched
remember
at you
the
guys.
moment, I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like
Yeah.
where did the one-hit wonders go or something like
Yeah.
that.
Where do last year's one-hit wonders go to? And what happened to the girl I was?
I was in love with the little boy who played Fred, Gilberto Moretti.
Oh my
Hamilton.
God! Yeah,
He
the,
was the
the little
drummer.
drummer. And I
Oh,
love
he
the
was
kid.
great.
Wait, who's
So
the
great.
kid
He
who
even had
played
the stick
Lawrence?
spin.
Lawrence Theo Mitchell Penner, that kid, the little keyboardist
Yeah,
kid.
he's great.
Oh my God, he
Backbends.
was delightful.
Wait, someone's
Um,
name is Backbend?
No, he would do the back
Oh.
bend while he's playing. It was very impressive.
Tamika was great.
Oh my
Weird
gosh,
Burke.
the little boy who was the little stylist.
Oh.
So I don't know what this kid's deal was, but he had like perpetual stuffy nose. Like he just, I don't know if he was sick or if that's just how he talks, but it was so cute. So he's like, "You're tacky and I hate you." Yeah, I want to be the stylist. I'm reading Vogue. He was cute. I liked him.
In
a
the
lot.
movie, do you see the parents of the kids at all?
Yeah,
You do?
they, all those scenes are.
Oh, really?
They're-
Because I was making fun of these scenes where all the kids go home and it's like the typical, like the dad's
Oh,
on the
yeah,
phone.
I've seen
think
I need
that scene
10,000
happened.
shares.
No.
that's
I don't
not
think they
really-
have full scenes like that in the movie, but they do have like quick like transitions as they're coming into school
But
shots.
it's only the bad dad. It's none of the other.
It's like Zach's dad, and
You know,
he's
you-
just like busy dad.
Yeah, he's
busy
like
dad.
you know no rock music, only classical, you know, whatever. And then you meet the rest of the parents when they come to parents' night, but they don't do any of that setup where there's other problems at home.
What did we think of the principal?
I felt bad that she had very little to do, but I thought she was good. I have to say,
No
I
build
said
up.
to you a couple times, like at some point, I'm sure she's going to take the bun out and take the glasses off,
Yeah.
and she never did.
did.
She never did.
No. But she did. They did.
She went through that transformation.
Yes, yes. They found a way to incorporate the Queen of the Night from the Magic Flute. So
So do you think they took a moment and they said they actually decided that it's going to be a romantic thing between her and Dewey? Is it possible
yeah.
that that wasn't a part of the story, like in the movie, that isn't a part of the story? And then they were just like, there was a lot of pressure and people being like, they should kiss, this is theater. There's
I
gotta
think
be a
they're trying to
romantic
tighten it. I think they're just trying to tighten it and just kind of it for a stage show. It kind of like
So
girl boy kind of. You know.
I feel like
she's
some-
uptight, he's loose.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, and I feel like
It writes itself.
That's stuff. But I felt like the changes that Julian Fellows made from Mike White's screenplay. I know the screenplay, like I memorized the whole. I basically know the whole thing, so I know like even the little word changes, and I feel like every one of them felt to me like he was just pandering to a family audience, or what he thought would be more obvious or make the story more clear, even though the dialogue wasn't as good.
Okay, like the math song, "Math is a Wonderful Thing." His song, his whole monologue about
In the end of time.
yeah, and the School of Rock song. Those are all from the movie.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
see.
They got to be credited. Yeah.
I don't
said
see
original
anything on the
music.
front page.
I
So
think it's either Mike White and Jack Black. It might be Mike White or both of them.
I mean, the credit is new music by Andrew Lloyd
Yeah, I was
Webber.
noticing.
yeah, yeah. But then
Where's
but they
the
go,
old
where's the
music?
old credit? Yeah, exactly.
that. And is it new music?
Oh
No, not
There,
entirely.
we heard a few. There were quite a few familiar themes. God, his Mount Rock song had these chords at the beginning that were like nah nah which sounded straight out of Jesus Christ Superstar. Like sounded like the Pharisees coming in doing shit. And then you found something that sounded like Evita.
Yeah, there's a bit in Summer Hathaway's song that sounds exactly like some of Rainbow High from Evita.
Yeah.
And he reuses variations, just straight up reuses variations without even hiding it. It's
Under
called
music.
Oh my God, he used variations.
And he uses variations. Stick It to the Man, I swear, is partly from variations.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Who are these people? It says.
That's in variations.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
true. Now I'm listening. Yeah.
It says You're in the Band is by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Glenn Slater with quotes from Richie Blackmore.
Well, You're in the Band. Yeah, that's from.
Is that from the movie?
No. School of Rock is from the. Okay, so School of Rock is by Mike White and Sammy James Jr. Math is a Wonderful Thing is by Jack Black and Mike White, and In the End of Time is by Jack Black and Warren and Fitzgerald.
So they put it way there at the end and like this.
Way there, music credits all the way there.
So
at
they
the
gotta be
end.
getting some money from it.
Well, that's why Jack Black keeps coming to the show. He's been twice so far in L.A.
It's hard, you know.
I'm
It's.
glad he approves.
Yeah.
How many times are we gonna hear? There's no way you can stop.
Yeah. The school.
Well,
it's a pose
like 3
moments,
times in
yeah.
Act 1.
It's true. Yeah.
I will tell you the thing that will haunt my nightmares is the disembodied voice of Andrew Lloyd Webber at the top of the show, telling us that the children perform with their own instruments. Hello.
Vincent Price.
This is Andrew Lloyd Webber. Yeah, he's.
That felt weirdly inappropriate.
Would the show
really
work
did.
at all if the children didn't play their own instruments, and if you didn't know that they were playing their own instruments? I feel like it would be reduced by half.
I agree.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's a
'cause you could tell they were
big
playing.
appeal of it.
Yeah.
Like
And so
just
you have to
seeing-
let
yeah.
people know that they're actually doing it. It's
Yeah.
like
No, for sure. Like
because otherwise,
yeah.
we'd be wondering.
Yeah, it does
Assuming
scream of
they
that
won.
thing like
Yeah.
during previews where they were like, everyone keeps asking us, what are we gonna do? You know what? Let's just have Andrew say this at the beginning.
Yeah, I thought the recording was a really good idea. Because I came into this without really thinking about it. I assumed they'd be playing.
I didn't really think about
instruments.
it either, yeah.
But at the same time, right when he said it, his voice is a little creepy, whatever. But it was kind of like they got the big cheer, and then it's like you said,
whispering into the microphone. There were quite a few like cheap jokes in the show.
Oh, the worst. Where they like, somewhere would be like, but I'm a woman, so
But
I
I'm a
only make
woman.
70% as a man. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, that joke didn't track at all.
and she's like, "You're the worst teacher I've ever had."
I'm not lying
And
though.
I mean it. It's like, oh god, you know.
Yeah.
Julian Fellows, really?
But then like stuff where he's like, what kind of music do you like? Taylor Swift? You don't like fidget spinners? It's like this is gonna age perfect.
I know. I
This
wondered
is
if they like, were
timeless.
putting in new
Jar
references.
Jar Binks, eh? That's
But
certainly
see,
was
like,
not in the movie.
oh god, and see, that's the thing about the movie. Like the movie obviously talks about like rock and roll and stuff like that, but it is kind of timeless. Like there's nothing about the movie that is like definitively like this is 2006. Like you could watch it anytime. But like some of the lines in this, it's like. And that's what, there's a few musicals that do that too. Like, I remember when I saw 9 to 5, the musical.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. And
There
it's
were-
set in the 80s.
Yeah, there were quite a few pandering jokes. Like, there was a joke where someone walked up to Allison Janney at some point and said, just do it. And she was like, that would make for a good corporate logo.
Slogan.
Slogan.
Wow.
It was slogan, obviously slogan. I mean, the Guitar Hero bit, even now, is kind of like,
God.
is anyone still playing Guitar Hero?
I was pretty offended by that.
Yeah, it's Rock Band now.
Is anyone still playing Rock Band?
Rock Band 4 just came out.
Hello.
Not a gamer.
I remember really
I don't know.
really being curious about how they were going to beef up the relationship between Ned and the real Ned, Dewey and Ned, and that one didn't work.
Answer is they didn't.
They tried to with that song because that's
Yeah.
obviously something that is not in the film. We never see anything like that. I guess I like the idea. It ties in where how he used to be a rock.
Yeah, it was
star,
nice having
and now
at
he's
least one
hiding it
moment
because
where
he
you
doesn't
see
wanna lose
them.
his girlfriend because he'll never get another girlfriend. God.
Also, let us just say, as an asthmatic, I really appreciate it when all nerds are asthmatics.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good shorthand
It's a trope.
because,
What's the blowing into a glove thing? What good does that do?
That was way more air than you
it makes for a,
steroids.
it makes for a funny joke on stage with the balloon inflating.
Yeah.
It
But it doesn't help your asthma.
would not help. No, but
No,
he
it'd
was
be
like
much
taking his
worse.
inhaler in the first scene. First
You
of
have to
all,
blow it really hard.
hyperventilate moonlighting and asthma are two different things, by
Right.
the way. Like,
Yeah, he had anxiety. He didn't have asthma.
No, in the first scene he was taking an
He's got
inhaler.
a
I know, but
He's a
it's
nerd.
like
But see, it's a good shorthand. Like people mix it up, and it's like, I have asthma, but I don't have anxiety.
also his name is Ned. We caught on pretty early. that
I'm
he
a
was probably-
nerd.
Yeah, the Schneeblade.
Schneeble.
I think if you look at it as a show for kids,
There were
It's
a
very
lot of
enjoyable.
families.
Yeah,
there
they
were a lot
seem
of
to
kids.
enjoy it, yeah.
And Charlie's
Charlie,
here.
what are you doing?
Special guest
Charlie?
appearance.
You're not in the show.
Charlie, are you in the School of Rock?
he heard we were talking about cats.
Meow, 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 meow. I would recommend School of Rock. It's a fun
To a family,
show.
yeah.
It's a great show for kids, especially if you have artsy kids or little rock star kids who want to be in a band or just want to,
Totally.
watching those kids do what they do is extremely
Pretty great.
impressive. They are more talented than I'll ever be.
The whole show is just for that. It builds just to that last song, and they really rocked it. That was awesome when they did their song at the Battle of the Bands. Primo, it was great.
It's probably a good intro for a lot of kids who maybe haven't seen theater yet.
Oh, for
Get
sure.
them,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a nice, simple story. There's a lot of plot holes, but kind of the same plot holes that you'll
Yeah.
find in any kids movie. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, kids rule. Yeah, we're gonna steal the bus. Whatever. We found Mr. Schneebly's house, even though we don't know where he lives.
Yeah, I wondered about that too, but
That's another one, yeah. In the movie, they do show the bus driver, and he's like, "Where's Mr. Schneebly?" And she's like, he didn't tell you? We're supposed to pick him up at the house."
Right.
So that's like that plot hole.
And that little girl grew up to be iCarly.
really?
Yeah, it's
I didn't
Miranda.
know that.
What's her name? Miranda Cosgrove.
She's really good.
You want to go sit with Eric? Because we match. Oh, yeah, School of Rock. If you
family
can
show.
see it, go see it. I mean, it's not gonna change your life or make you think any deep thoughts. If you've seen the movie, if you're like me or Jeff, where you really know the movie, you're just seeing the stage version of the movie, and it's hard. Not everyone can be Jack Black.
Oh,
yeah.
Our guy.
Only one person.
Our
can be Jack
guy,
Black.
and our guy was not talented. I
Right.
think it came down to direction.
He was
Rob
good.
Coletti, he was really good.
It's just a lot of the things. It got a little. The act wore a little thin throughout the show, and then it sort of became like, oh, he's gonna scream again.
yeah.
You know what's coming, and that's never good.
There's a couple times I was a little worried for the kids. Because he was a real yeller from the moment he came in.
And he just wasn't nice. He didn't have. They didn't have that endearing quality. That's it's that,
Until Act 2, I guess. It kind of...
yeah, and they kind of refer to it, and he gets teary at the end, which is cool. But I didn't feel earned in a
Yeah.
weird way because I didn't see that development.
I specifically said he needs to get a job. Like I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, the kids in Rent don't seem so cool to me anymore. Like, get a
Right.
job.
There's
And
no
you said-
universe
Because
where I
you're the
think
man.
Patty is
I'm the man. I've become the man.
You guys are all
Stick it to
men.
me. But you said there actually is a song.
Yeah, well, the Shrew has a song called "Give Up Your Dreams," which was cut. I wonder why. It was early in the show.
It might have been redundant.
Yeah, I like the song.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
the
too.
song sounded
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Dude, a cabaret is.
I mean, it's just so funny because it's really on the nose, but it's kind of
Yeah.
hilarious. Like everything you hear is, "No, don't give up your dreams. Go for it. Remember your dreams." And this song's just "Give Up Your Dreams."
Yeah.
It's an anthem about
That's
giving
pretty
up your
cool.
dreams of getting a job at Starbucks or
Yeah,
Walmart.
yeah.
She name drops a bunch of places to get a minimum wage
She's
job.
offending lots of people.
please.
I thought it was a funny song. I was sad to see it not there
But
anymore.
actually, it was a cool song.
Probably,
I appreciate
probably
you
lost it
playing
in
that for
previews. It's so funny. I'm looking at this right now, and I'm seeing so many of the same songs. I'm seeing so many reprises.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
there's like 5
I feel like there's
songs.
5 songs in the
Yeah.
show, and they just repeat a lot of them. I mean, there's "Stick It to the Man" has like
There's a lot of
3
Stick It to the Man.
encores or something.
Can we just note briefly that we live in a world where a 7-year-old British lord has written a song called "Stick It to the Man"?
Who is the man to Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Who is the man?
That old fuddy-duddy
I feel like
Prince
balloons
Charles.
should fall down in confetti.
Yes,
That's an
they're going
incredible
to
insight.
stick it to the
That
man.
man.
You know the queen.
You know that
I don't know, like, whoever's richer than me, I suppose.
That is really bizarre, but he was doing it for his third wife. So
And he didn't write the lyrics, so.
True. That's right.
Yeah, our old
Yeah,
buddy,
he wrote the lyrics.
our old
Oh,
buddy
yes.
Glenn Slater.
Whose credits include...
Janelle's favorite.
Hey, Cats is coming.
you hear that,
Guys,
Charlie?
Cats is coming.
Boy, this is a
kitties.
this is a blockbuster lineup. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
Oh yeah, The
Cats.
Pantages has quite a season coming up, you guys. Oh God, we're just gonna read the program for you all.
Safest choice of material for Lord Lloyd Webber in a long time?
This? Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm a little
Just putting it in
disappointed, to
now.
tell you the truth. I mean, Cats is a stupid idea, which should not have succeeded, but it did. Starlight Express. There was no reason Phantom should have worked, and it did. And
Yeah.
then, he's mostly strayed away from really safe choices, and to make this, this is something that anybody would make.
Yeah, but like
I'm
I
shocked.
feel like in the West End
A
they
sequel to Phantom? Who wants to see that?
well in the West End they've let him churn out all this shit that we haven't brought over in a long time.
Yeah.
Like Women in White and stuff. Like I feel like this is the first thing he's written in a while that I think specifically was like, I need another thing to be big in America. I need another American hit before I die.
Right.
And so he went with like, let's do this. It'll be easy. And it was.
Yeah,
I must still have some rock in the trunk.
I had
I'm not quite the man
Where did
yet.
the rock go?
Where did the rock
There
go?
were so many
did the
songs with
go?
rock in the title.
Oh, where did the rock go? That's
When I climbed to the top of Mount Rock, where did the rock go? School of Rock.
yeah.
When they sang "Where Did the Rock Go," am I the only person who thought of Dwayne Johnson? There was a part of me that was like, I kept just.
Where is
verse,
he?
the
Where
third
is he?
Where did the rock go?
What I haven't thought about is how I would have viewed this if I never saw the movie. You mentioned something.
I feel like it'd be fun also if you have kids or no kids or see it with kids. I feel like that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
If they can shred!
We'll see. Okay. Cool. School Rock.
School of Rock.
School Rock!
Well, thanks for watching.
Take it off, Charlie!
Thanks for watching, everybody! Ow!
We'll see you at the Tonys. Woo!
Where'd the rock go?